Today I'm going to show you why the triple Ice Golem CC is the best defensive CC, because it now hard counters Warden charges with this new ridiculous glitch. I am pushing this season. We're pushing with Warden Charge Mass Rocket Balloon. This attack strategy for me, I think, is just a perfect balance of simplicity but overpowered. Double Hero Charge is stronger than this, but there's more that can go wrong. And up until this point in the season, I haven't really had any point with this Warden Charge Mass Rocket Balloon army until the last 2 days, when I've had in each day one instance of a defensive Ice Golem CC just completely breaking the game and doing something that it shouldn't be able to do. So we're Warden charging down on the bottom, and then we got the Flame Flinger on the left, because I want the Flame Flinger to clear out that side and the Warden to the right side. Now I could use my Fireball right now, but I decide against it. I want my Fireball on this air defense here so that I could get the Monolith and at least one Poison Tower. Now I'm going to click on the CC here so you can see how close my Warden is to the CC range, and more importantly, how close the Flame Flinger is as well. So the Warden is going for the Gold Mine here, about to step over the wall, and look at the CC. So look at how close the Warden is to the CC versus the Flame Flinger, but this third Ice Golem is not targeting the Warden at all. Now we find a Giant Bomb, which is unfortunate, but this Ice Golem's going to stop the Flame Flinger from getting the single Inferno, but even worse, it will pop open that Flame Flinger, and now that there's Yetis nearby, the Yetis will pull the Warden away from whatever he's doing. And have a look at this. So the Yetis are targeted for that Spell Factory. So I'm getting ready for them to do a lap of the base. So I send my King inside the middle, only to find that the Yetis were going to go there anyway. And this is when it's starting to go really bad. I have to use an Invis on my Warden. Now we've got a kill squad, which is not something you really want. And I've completely forgotten at this stage, because I'm kind of panicking, I haven't used my Fireball yet. Now, I should have used my Fireball right now. It would have gone for that air defense, but still, I should have used it right now, but I've completely forgotten that I even have the Fireball available. And look, we had to use quite a few of our Rocket Balloons. I try and use some up the top. I wanted to get rid of the Grand Warden Altar before the Town Hall activates. I missed the freeze, though. That's a big miss freeze. I probably would have got at least one of those ground bows. And look at this. I've got 40 seconds left. My Queen's on the left-hand side, but the Healer Puppet, I just don't really find that strong. I could honestly switch out the Healer Puppet for the Frozen Arrow in this attack strategy. The Healer Puppet's kind of overrated. Maybe you guys disagree. I know there's some people that love it, but I really don't like it at all. RC comes, but I mean, there's nothing she can do. I've got no spells. I thought the Fireball would go for the Town Hall here. Yeah, that was on me. That was on me, so I'm not gonna kid myself. Obviously, I made mistakes in this, but all the mistakes have happened because one Ice Golem randomly went after my Flame Flinger, and kind of everything collapsed from that. And really, it shouldn't have. Now, if you think the Flame Flinger was genuinely closer, watch this next attack. It's even worse. Here is the base we shared for, I believe, Stars at the end of last season. If you haven't seen that video, or if you want the link for it, put it on the left. It was Stars and Klaus's Legends League bases. Now, I'm going to use my Fireball on the Eagle here, but you're going to notice something. So, the Warden is targeting the Eagle, but I'm 90% confident that if I pop the Fireball right now, it would target the Mortar you see right here. Why is that? Because the way that the Warden and the Fireball target is not the same. The Warden's kind of targeting, as far as I can tell, kind of like a balloon. You know how the balloon doesn't target the center of the building, targeting towards the edge, whereas the Fireball aims at the middle of the building. And because this is a 4x4 building, the center of the building is further away relatively than a 3x3 building, even if the 4x4 is getting targeted by the Warden. I hope that kind of makes sense. So I end up using an Invis here on this Mortar. I realize the way Australians say it's a bit funky. Sorry, I'm trying my best. But you see, I use the Invis there just to be sure of it, because I'm not 100% confident, but I'm about 80% confident the Fireball would have gone to the Mortar there. Just something to keep in mind of, particularly when you got Teslas. A 2x2 building, the center of the building is closer to your troop relatively than a 4x4 building, because it's a bigger building, right? So you need to keep that in mind when you're doing your Fireball attacks. The difference between 2x2, 3x3, and 4x4. And also, some of the time, the Warden just paths a bit funny to where he will be shooting one building, but he is closer to the other one, even if it's the same size building. But yeah, I kind of like these sort of differences with it though. Adds a bit of skill to the fireball attack. Now, let's have a look at this. Look at where my Flame Flinger is. Nowhere near this defensive CC. So we've pulled out the archers of the CC, so that means the Ice Golems are left. One of them retargets, but what? What is this glitch? So this is going to stop me from getting these scattered down. Now, I get really lucky here that the Warden's not going to retarget. The Warden does stay in the core of the base. If he retargets here, this is likely a 1-star. Because with that invis near the Town Hall, and I don't have my Fireball with me to activate it, this attack could have gone very wrong. By the way, I love using the King and Queen on the top side like this because you clear out all the heroes. The King gets the RC and the defensive King usually, and the Queen will get the Queen and the Town Hall down. You see the Warden activates the Invis Tower. Good on him. Doing amazing work in the center there. The Yetis come out. They are going to help tank so that the Headhunter can get rid of the Royal Champion. Nicely done by them. Unfortunately, it looks like my Queen goes outside the base for a second, but she normally does retarget, or apparently not. I can't remember really where she went this. I'm pretty sure she retargets here. Yeah, she comes back in, but I mean, the base ends up being wrecked anyway, only because the Warden doesn't retarget. If that Warden retargets, this attack could have gone one of a million different ways. Those are the two replays I have for you. I'll share a nice replay with the Fireball to finish here. But yeah, it is kind of crazy to think that... What am I meant to do? A triple Ice Golem CC now can ruin my attack even though I've done nothing wrong. Figured I'd finish off with one of these pesky double invis bases. Now, I'm obviously going to get rid of one of the invis towers here. Make sure anytime you put your Warden down, you delay a second just in case there's some Teslas. Now, I'm putting this baby drag down here because I want my Warden to go up, and that's something you need to think about when you do your Fireball. For instance, I put my Warden over here, right? But I could have targeted the Ricochet Cannon with the Warden exactly where my Flame Flinger is, basically. Well, maybe not because of the cannon, but you get my point. Where you place your Warden is critical, because look, I've got lots of Flame Flinger value on the bottom side here. My Flame Flinger can get all the way down to the bottom, and usually the Tesla farms by the Multi-Inferno here. So thinking of where you place your Warden is quite critical. So Warden's doing his thing. Now, this is why I kind of love this attack strategy here. Now, it doesn't work out for me in this attack, but when you've got 20 rocket balloons, as we have in this, you can, a lot of the time, if you want, you got one freeze spell. Sorry, the CC comes out here. Unfortunately, I used my one freeze spell on that. But if you're not an idiot and you use your freeze spell for something other than dealing with the rocket balloons, what you can do is activate these invis towers. You just put 2 rocket balloons, freeze like the scatter and the queen, so the anti-air targeting defenses, and make sure you don't freeze the invis tower, and the invis tower will go off. Now, I tried doing it without the freeze here. Some of the time it works, some of the time it doesn't. Unfortunately, here it does not. It gets really close this time, though. Yep. A little bit unlucky with that one. But it's an advantage you have with this over the double hero charge, for instance. Whereas with the double hero charge, you kind of just got to deal with it with the queen charge, generally. Or the royal champion. So you see, we're just able to activate it normally, pop the queen ability. Yet again, I don't know how I feel about the healer puppet, but it does good work in situations like this, because obviously the frozen arrow would have cost us a few extra spells, but we have to use a bunch of them anyway in the end. King's done a great job here. The Warden's just been chilling on the top side, and that's how I could sum up this attack strategy. But I want to know, have you guys had the same sort of issues with defensive CCs? Is it just the Ice Golem? Is there other CCs? I ran into a Golem CC the other day, by the way, which was a pain. It took my Warden so long to get through. I'd love to see the Golem CC become more meta, because it does do a lot of explosion damage. Maybe I should run a Golem CC. Yeah, I'm going to run a Golem CC tomorrow. If you find me on Legends League, though, I'm running a triple Ice Golem CC. Totally not running a Golem CC. But that's it for the video. If you want to see more Fireball content in the next couple of days, I'll release a video where I'm swagging 11 spells with this attack strategy on multiple bases. It's completely busted.